Okay, so today we're going to be reading the one and only Ivan. So, looking at the cover, what do you think that this will be about? Looks like there's a picture of an elephant and a gorilla. And I have my book, and on the back it says Ivan is an easygoing gorilla living in a shopping mall. He's grown accustomed to humans watching him through the glass walls of his domain. He rarely misses his life in the jungle. In fact, he hardly ever thinks about it at all. Instead, Ivan thinks about TV shows he's seen, his friends Stella and Bob, and painting. Then he meets Ruby, a baby elephant taken from her family, and she makes Ivan see their home and his own art through new eyes. When Ruby arrives, change comes with her, and it's up to Ivan to make it a change for the better. So, already, I think this is mostly going to be about Ivan or the gorilla. So I might go ahead and think about things that I already know about gorillas. Well, I know that they are primates. I know that gorillas have hands like us with opposable thumbs. I know that some gorillas know how to sign. They can do sign language like Carolyn. That's Carolyn. That's my name. Um, in sign language. I know that elephants and gorillas sometimes are together in circuses. They said they were at the mall though. So I wonder if they're going to be staying at the mall, going to a circus, at a zoo. These are all things I can tell by just reading that cover and looking at it. Now, you may have seen the movie already, but remember, no spoilers because we're trying to read this together. Next, I'm going to go ahead and read our dedication is for Julia, and the epigraph is it's never too late to be what you might have been. This book opens with a glossary, and the first thing it says is chest beat, the repeated slapping of the chest with both or one or both of the hands to generate a loud sound, sometimes used by gorillas as a threat to display or intimidate an opponent. Hmm. Now, if I was writing questions that I want to know, I'd probably ask myself, I wonder if Ivan will chest beat, if he's trying to intimidate, or who would he do that to intimidate? Domain means territory. Great, because I had a question when I read the back of the book, and it said, he's grown accustomed to humans watching him through the glass walls of his domain. And I was like, what do they mean, his domain? And here I can see that domain means territory. The grunt, snorting pig like noises made by gorilla parents to express annoyance. Meatball, dried excrement thrown at observers. Now, maybe you're wondering what is excrement? You could have written that down. Well, excrement is poop, basically, throwing dried poop at people, observers. Ooh, I hope that doesn't happen in the book. 9,855 days. Example, while gorillas in the wild typically gauge the passing of time based on seasons or food availability, Ivan has adopted a tally of days. 9,855 days is equal to 27 years. Wow. So I guess Ivan is 27. Not tag, stuffed toy gorilla. Silverback, also less frequently gray boss, an adult male over 12 years old with an area of gray, silver gray on his back. The silverback is a figure of authority responsible for protecting his family. And then when I look on the cover, it kind of looks like he has a silverback. So a question I might have is Ivan a grayback or a silverback? And then the next word is slimy chimp, a human. It's an offensive term for human. It refers to the sweat on hairless skin. Vining, casual play, a reference to swinging vines. And this book gives us a glossary so that we'll understand as we read, if we don't know those words, what they mean. So I'm going to go ahead to the first chapter, which is hello. Hello, I am Ivan. I am a gorilla. It's not as easy as it looks. There's a picture of Ivan. Oop. Names. People call me the freeway gorilla, the ape at exit 8, the one and only Ivan, mighty silverback. Ooh, I think that answered my question. Is Ivan a silverback? Sounds like he is. The names are mine, but they're not me. I am Ivan, just Ivan, only Ivan. Humans waste words. They toss them like banana peels and leave them to rot. Everyone knows the peels are the best part. I suppose you think gorillas can't understand you. Of course, you also probably think we can't walk upright. Try knuckle walking for an hour. You tell me which way is more fun. Patience. I've learned to understand human words over the years, but understanding human speech is not the same as understanding humans. Humans speak too much. They chatter like chimps, crowding the world with their noise, even when they have nothing to say. It took me some time to recognize all those human sounds, to weave words into things, but I was patient. Patient is a useful way to be when you're an ape. Gorillas are as patient as stones. Humans, not so much. So, again, right now I'm learning some things about this story where it says, I've learned to understand humans. I know that the narrator is Ivan. It's from his point of view. He's telling the story. And I am learning that he didn't always understand humans and he thinks that people talk too much. He's saying that patient is a useful way to be when you're an ape. Gorillas are as patient as stones. So he's saying he's very patient. How I look. I used to be a wild gorilla, and I still look the part. I have a gorilla's shy gaze, a gorilla's sly smile. I wear a snowy saddle of fur, the uniform of a silverback. When the sun warms my back, I cast gorilla's majestic shadow. In my size, humans see a test of themselves. They hear fighting words on the wind. When I'm when all I'm thinking is how the late day sun reminds me of a ripe nectarine. So a nectarine is a kind of like an orange, but it's smaller, kind of like a peach. It's a fruit. That's what you need to know. Um, I'm mightier than any human, 400 pounds of pure power. My body looks like it's made for battle. My arms outstretched span taller than the tallest human. My family tree spreads wide as well. I am a great ape, and you are a great ape, and so are chimpanzees, orangutans, and bonobos, all of us distant and distrustful cousins. I know this is troubling. I too find it hard to believe that there's a connection across time and space linking me to a race of ill mannered clowns. Chimps, there's no excuse for them. So here you might have think that he was saying that people were ill-mannered clowns, but he says chimps instead. The Exit 8 by Big Top Mall and Video Arcade. I live in a human habitat called the Exit 8 Big Top Mall and Video Arcade. We're conveniently located off I 95 with shows at 2, 4, and 7, 365 days a year. Ooh, Big Top. That sounds like circus. Maybe I was right guessing that they might be at a circus. Max says that when he answers the trilling telephone, Mac works here at the mall. He is the boss. I work here too. I am the gorilla. At the Big Top Mall, a creaky music carousel spins all day, and monkeys and parrots live among the merchants. In the middle of the mall is a ring with benches where humans can sit on their rumps while they eat soft pretzels. The floor is covered with sawdust made of dead trees. My domain, and we learned that's the space or territory he lives in, is at one end of the ring. I live here because I am too much gorilla and not enough human. Stella's domain is next to mine. Stella is an elephant. She and Bob, who is a dog, are my dearest friends. At present, I do not have any gorilla friends. My domain is made of thick glass, rusty metal, and rough cement. Ooh, does that sound? I'm getting a picture in my head. Rusty metal, glass, cement. Does that sound like a nice habitat? Hmm. Stella's domain is made of metal bars. The sunburn bear's domain is wood. The parrot's is wire mesh. Three of my walls are glass. One of them is cracked, and a small piece, about the size of my hand, is missing from the bottom corner. I made the hole with a baseball bat Mac gave me for my 6th birthday. After that, he took the bat away, but he lets me keep the baseball that came with it. A jungle scene is painted on one of my domain walls. It has a waterfall without water, and flowers without scent, and trees without roots. Wow, that seems kind of like a sad place to be. I didn't paint it, but I enjoy the way the shapes flow across my wall, even if it isn't much of a jungle. Seems like Ivan is really optimistic because even though he doesn't have like the best living conditions, he still finds a way to find enjoyment out of it. I am lucky my domain has three windowed walls. I can see the whole mall and a bit of the world beyond. The frantic pinball machines, the pink billows of cotton candy, the vast and treeless parking lot. Beyond the lot is a freeway where cars stampede without end. A giant sign at its edge, beckons them to stop and rest like gazelles at a watering hole. The sign is faded, the color's bleeding, but I know what it says. Mac read its words aloud one day. Come to the Exit 8 Big Top Mall and Video Arcade, home of the one and only Ivan, mighty Silverback. Sadly, I cannot read, although I wish I could. Reading stories would make a fine way to fill my empty hours. Once, however, I was able to enjoy a book left in my domain by one of my keepers. It tasted like termite. So when he says enjoy, he doesn't mean read the book. He was eating it. Silly. The freeway billboard has a drawing of Mac in his clown clothes and Stella on her hind legs, and an angry animal with fierce eyes and unkempt hair. That animal is supposed to be me, but the artist made a mistake. I'm never angry. Okay, so here is our video of or a picture of what the exit looks like. And they do seem to be making Ivan look angry. And it says exactly what he said it said. So let's read the next page. Anger is precious. A silverback uses anger to maintain order and warn his troop of danger. When my father beat his chest, it was to say, beware, listen, I am in charge. I am angry to protect you because that is what I was born to do. Here in my domain, there's no one to protect. I wonder if Ivan is lonely when there's no one to protect in his domain. What do you think? Now, hopefully, you had some questions and you answered them. At this point, we're going to pause the video here and you can complete your work in Seesaw.